We're going live. We're live. We're live. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
Fantasy talk.
What else is alive? The stash.
I'm not digging the stash.
It's mustache march at work, and the guys wouldn't have it any other way. They said everyone has to grow out their mustache. I said, fine, let's do it.
I feel like
White hates it.
Confused with No Shave November.
No, there's that. No Shave November is a thing, but Mustache March is the current thing. So that's why I'm rocking the Caterpillar only for another week or two. Let's talk about you. What's going on with you?
Nothing, man. I'm on a new 12-hour schedule at work.
Oh, nice.
For now.
For now.
Feels pretty good, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
More days off.
More days to do live streams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Well, as you can see from the title, we are talking about free agency rapid reactions. I know that not every free agent has signed. For the most part, most of the big guys have, though. Yeah. We're going to go over who signed where, impacts, stocks up, stocks down for different teams in the league. Stonks, baby. Yeah. So let's get right to it and try to make this kind of a quicker video for you guys. I'm just going to go team by team here. All right. So we will start.
Why don't you give me a team? I'll give you my reactions, okay. Then we'll go to you with the next team.
Well, I'll give you a player on the team, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so first we're just going from the top, from number one, rookie regime, the reigning champ.
The champ.
The crown. He's got the crown.
Heavy lies the crown.
He's the champ. What else can you say?
By the way, we still have to do the induction ceremony with Senior Krasnowski.
We do.
But that's going to be hopefully soon. So we'll get that up later.
Great. All right. So let's look here. I'm looking at the team. Obviously, Patty Mahomes, no change. I mean, you know what? They did get him an offensive lineman. They did spend, actually.
His line was non-existent in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So they upped that. So, I'm not going to say stocks up for Mahomes, but, it's definitely better than losing linemen. This is a big one. Corey Davis. Let's talk about that. Corey Davis goes to the Jets.
Yeah.
Right now, looking like the guy.
Yeah.
You got Denzel Mims there. You got who's that goofball? Jamison Crowder. But come on.
I heard Crowder might get cut.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, they can save a lot of money if the Jets cut him. So
okay. But so what's your thoughts on Corey Davis? Is this a true 25% target share player, or is this just like another Brashad Perriman kind of a bust signing?
No, this is bigger than Brashad Perriman. I truly believe Corey Davis will get the Lions' share of targets in New York. The question is the quality of the targets.
Right. Which takes us to the Jets going to stick with Sam Darnold? They're going to draft, Justin Fields,
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. All right. So what happened? Let's theoretical scenario. Jets stick with Darnold. Yeah. Corey Davis, where are you ranking him?
Best case scenario, Zach Wilson goes to New York Jets, and now Corey Davis becomes a high-end wide receiver too, a volume-based guy who could sneak into that. You're talking bad game scripts here. You're talking, the wide receiver one on a team that's playing against the Bills and the Dolphins. Yeah, sure. Stocks up for Corey Davis.
Stocks up for Corey.
Yeah, what about, maybe not too much. I mean, the last time a good free agent wideout went to the Jets, it was all the way back when Brandon Marshall went there.
Yeah.
Do you remember when that was? I don't. It was a long time ago.
Nobody knows. But yeah, Corey Davis, your stocks are up, baby. We'll see what happens. Obviously, in the draft, guys could, if the Jets take another second round wideout, like who knows? But for right now, Corey Davis, stocks up.
Free agency recap. That's it, strictly.
All right, Russell Gage, nothing happening there. Montgomery, Fournette, still waiting to sign.
Yeah, but that could be a good. You were telling me before the podcast, you think he could land a starting gig somewhere.
I do. I think it's possible. I wouldn't maybe bet on it, but if you look at the teams that need running back, just off the top of my head, Dolphins, Falcons, Steelers, there's one other team, I think. So you got
Bills.
Yeah, well, so you got like 4 teams, at least 4 teams that like really need to address running back. And if you look at the draft, you got basically 3 guys who could be drafted as starters.
Yeah.
In Harris, Etienne, and Javonte Williams. So, Fournette could be that 4th guy. That's all I'm saying. It could be. But right now, hasn't signed. So, no stonks for him yet.
Most guys are just going to be same.
Yeah, they're going to
They're going to stay the same. But we'll talk about the other guys today.
James Conner, I guess, could also land one of those starting jobs.
I've heard him rumored to Arizona, which would be an awesome fantasy fit for him. He's a good pass catching back.
Yeah.
Okay. But it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, Arizona. Like if he was in Arizona with Chase Edmonds, I don't know. You're probably looking at maybe a Kenyon Drake season. RB2.
Yeah, but Kenyon Drake's still okay.
Yeah,
when he was in Arizona, right?
Yes.
He had some RB1 games. Like James Conner splitting the 60-40 workload with Chase Edmonds. Sign me up for that. That's what the league is now. It's just look at Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis.
Right.
Look how good he is. But he's got Hines, and now he's got Marlon Mack. It's going to be like a 3-way running back committee.
Okay. So Conner and Fournette, big things coming for the rookie regime. Probably more teams than not. I think could have broke very badly for Zach here, but so far doing well. Corey Davis stonks up. I still think Fournette maybe gets a starting gig somewhere. Conner could as well. If you just get one of those guys to hit, I think you're feeling good about it.
Yeah.
And then the rest, Curtis Samuel, another one.
That's a big one. I almost would like him. I would almost keep him
right now.
Almost. What do you think?
I have Curtis Samuel right now projected as one of Zach's keepers. So I obviously all that's going to be.
I think they're going to use him well there. I think Terry McLaurin, who is good and whose stonks also went up with the signing of Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's not going to be the only guy now, and that's okay. Right. Curtis Samuel is going to get a lot of targets. I'm projecting him over 100 targets this year.
Ooh, he's going to eat.
Yeah.
He's exciting. Wow. And holy crap, Kenny Golladay. Kenny Golladay going to the Giants. For me, it feels kind of like a lateral move. I don't know if I'm going to just thrust him into, wide receiver 1 territory. Yeah. I mean, you're going for Matt Stafford, who, for all intents and purposes, like, he doesn't get better than that as far as like just launch.
The YOLO balls.
Yeah, basically, Jameis Winston's the only guy who does better YOLO balls than Matt Stafford. But
he's also better at snagging crab legs.
You're right. He really is. But the thing with Golladay is now he's got Barkley, he's got Ingram, he's got Slayton, he's got Shepard. He's got all these guys. What target share is he really going to get? Plus now he's got Danny Dimes. It's got to be a downgrade at quarterback. But I'll tell you what, the one saving grace is the money they paid him. Yeah. Money usually speaks. Yeah. Personally, I'm just going to come out here and say I think the Giants will probably regret spending that much on Kenny Golladay.
They might.
But I think it points to the possibility of alpha usage, if anything. So I'm just going to call it a lateral move for Kenny G, with the possibility of really going up or down. But so that was kind of a lot, but that's rookie regime, and he had a lot of guys that were basically testing the free agent waters.
So, or still free agents.
Yes, also so. Do you want to take this one for us?
Yeah, we got Herbie Hancock up next. He was second place finisher. Justin Herbert, no movement there. DeAndre Hopkins, the only thing is AJ Green's there now, but I think Larry Fitzgerald's out.
Yeah, no, that's nothing. Yeah,
there's Amari Cooper, no movement there.
No.
What about Delvin Cook?
No. They lost Conklin, the tackle. I mean, he was good, so you could say there's a little bit of hurt there, but they could replace him. So
Jonathan Taylor, here's maybe the first one.
Okay, so the Colts signed Marlon Mack. Look, he's coming off an Achilles tear. Historically, running backs off of an Achilles tear, they don't do much the next season. I'm not super worried about that. I'd be more worried about Hines sticking around and keeping that pass catching role. So I actually don't think there's much there to look at with Mac.
Yeah, I agree. I think the perception is he's going to be a strict backup. Marlon Mack is, but Nyheim Hines will get a lot of the check down work.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Jacobs.
Well, one thing we didn't talk about with Taylor is also we're moving from Rivers to Wentz. That I could see as maybe
better.
No, I could see it as worse. I mean, Phillip Rivers, throws to the running backs more than basically any other quarterback ever.
Well, right, but I was thinking maybe Hines now isn't such a big part of the game plan because of that.
It's going to be tough to see, but I mean, if Wentz is as terrible as it was last year, no one's going to respect the pass. Did they really respect it with Rivers?
Yeah,
maybe not.
He was missing the broad side of the barn door when he was trying to throw it to Miles Sanders. I know I had him on a couple teams last year.
Yeah, so Wentz doesn't inspire confidence in me in that offense. But
how about Josh Jacobs, the big signing there by Vegas, picking up Kenyon Drake, who I've seen tweets saying the answer to Kenyon Drake or Josh Jacobs is no.
Yeah, the answer is just
neither.
It's just neither of them. And look, we talked to Mike. We're he's a co-commissioner, and he was big mad about it. He was big mad about the Drake signing, and I think he should be because it's one of those moves that doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, both from a fantasy perspective and a real NFL perspective. Kenyon Drake bringing a lot of the same qualities that Josh Jacobs seems to bring.
Is this similar feeling to what the Browns did with Nick Chubb and bringing Kareem Hunt?
To me,
last year,
I feel.
Right, you hate it from a fantasy perspective. Both guys could be top 5 running backs if they had their own offense.
Yeah, I'm not as down as some people on the Drake signing. I think Drake caps Jacobs' upside to RB2 territory, basically no matter what. But I think Jacobs is still going to eat. Gruden loves to use his running backs. That's not going to change. So,
how about Ezekiel Elliott? Are you expecting a bounce back from him and that offense when Dak comes back?
Well, I mean, yeah, of course I am. There's almost no way he's as bad as he was last year, right?
It was brutal. Yeah,
it was tough.
And
is that it for the free agency?
Yeah, that's it for Mike's team.
Okay. So we talked about Jacobs. Yep. Denzel Mims, obviously now he's dead in the water. Forget about him. So Chase Claypool. Yeah, not listed here on the team, but it is a trade that was made. Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, inexplicably, re-signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't think anybody saw that one coming. I did not see that coming. I was fully expecting.
Well, it's a lot worse when you see you had an offer from the Kansas City Chiefs for more money.
Right. Well, yeah, we will get to that when we get to Eric's team, the St. Quantum Force. But yeah, so Claypool, look, the guy put up 11 touchdowns, 9 touchdowns. He put up a lot of touchdowns last year as the third guy behind Deontay and Juju.
Yeah.
He could do it again, but there's a target cap where, I was expecting at least 30, 40 more targets to make it to Claypool, with Juju being gone. And it's just
not happening.
Not this year.
Now it's, again, going to be that 3-way share at wideout.
Right.
Which is not good for anybody.
Yep. Big Ben, not really throwing.
I mean, it's not bad either, right? Like you saw what you got last year from all 3 guys.
Yeah.
They were all wide receiver 2s.
I think improvement was baked into Claypool's price, though, and it's tough to see that without a clearer alpha share of the targets. So, we'll see what happens. Though he's still a freak. So, all right. So let's go through this just a little quicker because, we've only got through 2 teams. So Josh Allen.
They just mentioned the guys that have changed.
Yes,
they're stonks.
Right. So I got it. So we're talking about going Bills deep. Tom's team. I got to mention it. AJ Dillon. He took a shot. He took a shot on him.
Yeah.
Rolled the dice, Tom. You rolled the dice, and you're a riverboat gambler, Tom, and rolling those dice, and you.
It looked really good for about a week and a half there.
I admit I was regretting that trade. For some time, thinking. Could AJ Dillon really be the bell cow of the Green Bay Packers?
The next Derrick Henry,
right?
Maybe he could have been.
Yeah. So AJ Dillon pretty much dead in the water with Aaron Jones coming back.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, not completely shot.
Well, you're not keeping him.
No, you're not keeping him.
Yeah, you can't.
That might be the point here.
You're
not going to keep him.
So swing and a miss for you, Tom, but you still get CeeDee Lamb out of it, who is a straight baller. So Chris Carson re-signing with the Seahawks. Wow, best case scenario.
Yeah.
You got to be happy with that if you're Tom.
Unexpected, but
yes.
Of course it's a lateral move because he's staying in the same spot, which is good.
See, but I see it as a positive.
It's positive. I'm just saying
right.
His value didn't actually go up.
Right.
From where he was.
His perceived value went up because no one thought he was re-signing with the Seahawks, right? So that's all I'm saying. David Johnson stonks down, down.
Mark
Ingram, Phillip Lindsay. What the hell are the Texans thinking, guys? Just avoid that backfield. Don't draft anyone.
Mike might take another shot on Ingram.
Yeah. It's bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's too soon. Yeah. So just terrible. David Johnson. Yeah, he's for sure. No one's keeping him at this point. I'm looking here.
By the way, we still got the Christmas tree up. You can see it behind me.
Yes. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Too lazy to take it
I'm running through here. No changes for Ronald Jones. I'm not seeing much else here. Forgive me if I missed something. Devontae Adams still the only dog in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay inexplicably just ignoring the wide receiver position yet again. Pretty incredible stuff. So that's really it for Tom's team. Then we have Bad Beats Are Us. That's this guy right here.
Well, yeah, that was my name at the end of the season.
Sure. Kyler Murray, no change. Allen Robinson got tagged.
Yeah.
So, but he signed it. At first, it looked like he was going to hold out.
Yeah. Now he's with Fire Pubes.
Oh, yeah, Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Andy Dalton, Fire Pubes, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Being the A-Rob owner.
Dalton's garbage. I think A-Rob's still going to get 140 targets or something insane like that. But again, It's the quality of the targets.
You wanted him to go to the Chiefs, right? That's what you want.
I want him to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere with a good quarterback. Instead, they might have downgraded at quarterback. So,
well, from Trubisky.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, A-Rob is better with Trubisky than with Nick Foles. I can tell you that for sure.
Oh, it's a headache, and I feel for you. I do, brother.
But
it's free A-Rob. He's going to be 34 when he finally gets a quarterback.
But still, it could have gone better, yeah. But it ends up being more of the same for A-Rob, which is fine. He was wide receiver 12 on the year. Mm-hmm. I'll take that again.
Okay. Obviously, so you traded Juju for Julio. So
that's about going all in for this year.
Well, I actually saw Saquon from Force owner Eric today, and we talked a little bit about it. And he asked me, he said, "Hey, what's going on with Max? Why do you want to make this trade?" And he's like, "Is he going all in?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's going all in. This guy wants to win. Wants to win it all. I mean, that's you don't trade a wideout who's 8 years younger for a guy who could fall off the proverbial cliff at any given time. He may have already fallen off the cliff.
Yeah, no, that's true. He might already be shot.
So yeah,
he might be done, but
you got to go all in, baby.
I thought it was worth the gamble.
Well, now with Juju re-upping with the Steelers, At least for this year, it seems
Yeah,
like
I think
it's
I'd
not a
rather.
bad move.
I mean, right now, I think I'd rather have Julio, but that was why I made the trade because I would,
Yeah.
for this year, rather have Julio.
Yep.
But Julio might not be on my team next year. It might be that bad.
Yes.
It might be. It could be.
James Robinson. I'm going to say stonks up. You see a lot of
Yeah.
stuff. Oh, stocks down. Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde is a jag. All right. The guy stinks.
30
2
years
yards
old.
in a cloud of dust. All right. Not even 1.5 yards in a cloud of dust. You know how many catches he had last year? I don't even know because it's not even worth tallying because it was probably none.
Probably
maybe
6.
2.
Probably 6.
Yeah, probably 6 catches. So Carlos Hyde is a nothing burger. Now J-Rob, all he's got to do is get through the draft.
Yeah.
Okay. Get through the draft without the Jags take a running back in day 3. Pencil J-Rob in for 80% of the runs again. Minimum.
Inject that into my veins. Yeah.
On the flip side, if the Jags take a running back day 2, or God forbid day 1, but at least probably day 2, J-Rob, maybe 6. I'll give him 60% of the snaps this year, and maybe no snaps the next year.
It's a gamble.
It is a gamble, but
I got diamond hands on J-Rob.
For now, I like it. I like it for J-Rob. Good looks there. They obviously had to bring somebody in. Evan Engram. I don't know. They signed friggin' Kyle Rudolph, I think. I don't. It's just noise. I don't know. Who knows?
Be keeping Engram.
Darius Geis. Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. But Odell Beckham just chilling there. I mean, you keep hearing about trades for him. Nothing happens.
He chilled in my IR spot all year.
Right.
He's an easy drop for me at this point.
All right, so I think that's about it. We're almost halfway done here. We're really trying to speed it up. It's already been 20 minutes. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
We just love this stuff, right? We eat it up. Just holy crap, Deshaun Watson.
Purple helmets. I don't even know if legally we can go into it.
Yeah,
it's an ongoing investigation.
Listen, we can't talk about it.
Yeah.
We can't talk about what Deshaun Watson has allegedly done, but we will say that you can look it up, Google it, and it's
not good.
Wouldn't be a surprise if he, at a minimum, missed the entire season, I think. Yeah. So Deshaun Watson, I think at this point is just a nothing.
Yeah. Luckily for Zach Eastman, he's got
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott is like the only guy who's got a great pivot from Deshaun Watson.
And Dak re-upped with the Cowboys. So
yeah, it worked out.
It did work out. But see, I saw Deshaun Watson as kind of like trade bait, try to like improve maybe your final keeper.
Yeah.
You're not trading him at this point. It's basically, he's just going to be cut.
Yeah.
So, that's how I look at that, especially because Zach is one of the more active traders in the league. So I did expect that to be a thing. Cooper Kupp gets Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Thumbs up.
Yeah, thumbs up there.
Calvin Ridley, same. Brandon Ayuk, nothing really changing there. Miles Sanders, Wentz leaving.
Yeah.
Could it be any worse than last year? He didn't do great.
The only way it could be worse is if Jalen Hurts is getting all the goal line touchdowns.
Yeah, that is a worry, right? When you got a running quarterback like that.
Kyler Murray, who's the best quarterback in football. By the way, Andrew Newman loves Kyler Murray. He loves him. The running backs weren't getting any touchdowns the first 10 weeks of the year because they get down to the 10-yard line. Kyler Murray would scramble for a touchdown.
So yeah, there is a concern there, I think. But if the offense is just better in general,
could be better with Jalen Hurts.
It could be a wash.
But which we should have mentioned with James Robinson too.
Yes. Well, that's not a free agency thing.
I know.
It's a draft.
But Trevor Lawrence comes in,
right?
And now the offense is better. He had 5 carries inside the 5-yard line. He converted all of them for touchdowns.
Wow.
So
just raining down statistics from above.
Well, I know my players.
Pretty incredible.
What I'm saying is get him going in a better offense. He could have an even better year than his RB4 finish.
Yeah, no doubt.
Last year.
All right, Alvin Kamara, Breeze leaving. I think that honestly can only be a good thing.
You think so?
Yeah,
for Kamara?
Yeah, for
Breeze
everyone.
would throw the ball at him 100 times a game.
whoever's like you throw it to the good players. Whoever I don't care if it's Mickey Mouse playing quarterback. They're going to throw it to Kamara. He's really good. So that's how I look at that.
That's fair.
Irv Smith, you're probably not keeping him, but it looks like he's the guy now in Minnesota, so that's cool.
For whatever that tight end target share is worth in Minnesota.
Right. Michael Gallup, okay, yeah, disappointing.
Well, getting Dak back, but still no free agency news here, and that's what we want to look at.
Right. Mostert, nothing happening there.
Gus Edwards re-signed, but you're not probably keeping him.
No. CEH, Damian Williams, they got cut. I don't know if you really feel threatened by Damian. Probably not. Rashad Perriman, well, I mean, we don't even have to talk about him. I'm just looking at anyone. Shepard, yeah, he's pretty much toast now.
Yeah.
With Galladay in there.
Yep. So is Darius Slayton, though, too.
Yep, both those guys. As far as our league is concerned. Hunter Henry.
Yeah, Hunter Henry.
Such a good, skilled tight end. And
even if he just re-signed with the Chargers and Justin Herbert, now he's in New England.
Right. With John
U. Smith, who they signed first.
Yep.
For whatever that's worth.
So that's a slap in the nuts.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's like, even if you like the landing spot, like, how can you trust that?
There's no way it's going to be another Gronk Hernandez situation minus Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Insert Cam Newton and I understand what Belichick's trying to do. Cam Newton can't throw past 15 yards.
Ooh.
But
they're trying to play to his strengths. But yeah, so Hunter Henry is probably a goner. Okay, so moving real quick, we really got to speed this up. Moving to Saquon, some force. Lamar, no changes. Robert Woods, he gets Stafford.
Stonks up.
Watkins supposedly is talking to the Ravens, but who cares about him? Derrick Henry, Tyler Boyd, no change. Zach Ertz,
waiting to get traded or not?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he looks so old and decrepit this past season. Like, I don't know. You can feel good keeping him, but everyone's got their own opinions on guys, and who are we to tell you who to keep, right?
Deontay Johnson takes a small hit, but only a very small hit with Juju resigning, because you actually saw he had a monster target share last year, even with all three of them playing. So
yeah, look, the best news for you, Eric, with Deontay Johnson is Big Ben's back. Big Ben just loves him. It's like a love affair. Yeah. Just locks on, man.
Laser eye.
Right there to Deontay.
Tractor beam.
Yep. Marvin Jones signs with Jaguars. I don't think, I mean, good for him, but I don't think we're keeping Marvin Jones. Yeah. Maybe Crowder. I don't know. I mean, he's pretty much gone now with Corey Davis.
And Mims.
I don't really
have how many wideouts can you support in New York with Sam Darnold?
Probably not even one, right?
Yeah. Which is why we suggested Corey Davis as a high-end wide receiver too, as maybe his best case scenario.
Interesting here.
Volume driven.
Eric trades for Juju Smith-Schuster. He already has Deontay Johnson. Juju ends up coming back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So now you're going to be forced to keep two guys on the same team, which seems, suboptimal. I have actually read articles saying that it can be done.
Sure.
In rare situations, it can be a viable thing. I think it raises your floor each week, but it caps your ceiling a little bit, because usually both those guys aren't going to go off, right?
But
more than likely, one guy is going to play good or well, right?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Unless it's a Chase Claypool 4-touchdown game, you're getting volume. You're getting points from either Deontay or Juju. So I think just for 1 year, I think it's fine. It's viable. Right. Cam Newton, I'm sure you're not keeping him, but obviously, they're adding weapons, so that's cool. And Saquon Barkley,
back from injury.
Yeah, that's about it there. Scott's Tots. Justin. Let's talk about Justin. Looking.
Brandon Cooks with the Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yeah, that hurts. I mean, look, Cooks is basically the lone,
which is great for Cooks.
The lone dog there.
He's the only guy.
Fuller signs with the Dolphins. Cooks is the only guy, but now who's your quarterback? Ryan Finley? I mean, are you kidding me?
I still think it's going to be Deshaun Watson.
In which year?
Somewhere or another. I don't
Are they
know.
playing prison ball?
feel like
is this
it-
the longest yard? Right?
I feel like they might figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, so Brandon Cooks, I don't know. Mike Williams, nothing there. Kareem Hunt, you know.
Yeah. No changes.
Exactly. No changes. Austin Eckler, no real changes. Mark Andrews, no real changes. Miles Gaskin, we'll see. I think
So far
so good for Gaskin.
Winner in free agency.
I'm going to be shocked if the Dolphins don't bring in
Yeah.
at least a day 2 running back.
I mean, they were rumored to be going after Aaron Jones, so that tells you they're prioritizing adding a running back.
Yes, good. That's a good point on that. But if Gaskin makes it through, man,
Wheels up.
wheels up,
Yeah.
locked in RB2 every week with RB1 upside. Tunyon, Slayton, like we said, he's toast. Gurley's toast. That's not a free agent thing. He's just toast.
The guy had like 13 touchdowns last year, though, for Atlanta. I'm just saying, like, you can still be a plotter for a little while and actually put up fantasy points.
Yeah. You just feel so ugly about it, though.
You should click on his game log. He had some
I don't
monster
want
games.
to. I don't want to change my mind.
All right.
Right? Oh, go figure. Look, he's got Fuller too.
Yeah, Will Fuller. So
Yeah.
I guess that works out.
All right, Fuller goes to Miami.
That's good.
You know what?
That's good.
Tua is an underrated deep ball thrower, but he had no one to throw a deep to last year. Okay, Devontae Parker is not that guy.
No.
All right, he's a good wide receiver, not great. He's not a deep threat. Will Fuller, watch it. Tua, long bombs all year long. I'm calling it. You watch it.
Tua to me is like an undeveloped version of Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
That's what it
I'd
feels
go with
like,
that.
right?
I'd go
That's
with
what
that.
it feels like. So
Is for you, is Will Fuller, is he still flirt with wide receiver 1 this year in Miami or not?
I put him closer to the wide receiver 2 range because last year DeAndre Hopkins left and it was almost Will Fuller was the guy with plenty of Brandon Cooks sprinkled in, but also Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
So now Fuller, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams coming back, Mike Gesicki, it's Tua, it's not Deshaun.
Do the Dolphins take Devonta Smith with pick 5?
They'd be 6. They'd have too many wideouts.
Jamar
at that
Chase?
point. Too many wideouts.
Jalen Waddle. I wouldn't surprise me if they
That'll
took a
have
wide
to
out
be
early.
a different video.
Yeah, it will be. All right, so I'm sorry, we're slowing down again. I don't see AJ Green did sign with the Cardinals. I think though at this point, the signs are pointing to him.
Be a late round target for me.
Oh yeah,
In the redraft. Not late, but I'd take a shot on him.
Okay.
Pair him up with Kyler Murray. That's just personally.
Okay. All right, yeah.
I took Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm not
the first
personally.
year.
I'm not in on AJ, but I trust your an anal
It's-
analysis.
It's nothing more than the fact he plays with Kyler Murray.
Okay. Philip Lindsay, of course, went to the Texans. You can cut him now. Justin. And okay, so my team, Warren Bubble Bath.
This guy's brutal.
I'm just calling it like it's the stash.
He's got the guillotine out here.
It's the guillotine. It's the stash. Okay, so real quick. Well, I do have Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I have to talk about your team. You can't talk about your team. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, he's a starter now, but he sucks. No, I'm kidding.
Come on.
I mean, you're
Be nice to me.
not going to keep him, so it doesn't matter too much. But his stock is way up, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
now
I mean,
that he's a starting quarterback.
when you go,
right?
yeah. Now that Wentz is gone, sure.
Justin Jefferson, the same. DK Metcalf, the same. Now that Russell Wilson decided to stick it out, or
Mhm.
I guess just not get traded. DeAndre Swift, they brought in Jamal Williams. So
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed in that,
Yeah.
just because Jamal Williams is so proficient at catching the ball.
he's just a good football player.
He's a good football player. He catches the ball well. So, obviously I want that to be Swift.
Yeah.
But, Yeah, I don't think it's
Hopefully they view him, for your sake, as just an older version of Swift that can just be a replacement. J.K. Dobbins, nothing doing, especially with Gus Edwards re-signed, and by the end of the year it was a split between
exactly.
Dobbins and Edwards. So we're not really considering Mark Ingram here leaving. Noah Fant, same.
Still got Drew Lock.
Still the same. T. Higgins, I guess AJ Green left, but they offered big money to Kenny Galladay. Which makes
they tried to woo,
which
Kenny
makes
Galladay.
you worry a little, or at least question, right? Because that would have replaced T. Higgins. It would have had to.
Personally, I don't think you can replace T. Higgins. Okay, T. Higgins is an alpha. All right.
I know, but I'm just saying, where there's smoke, there's fire, and that was just an odd rumor to hear Kenny Galladay possibly going to Cincinnati. Antonio Gibson, more of the same there.
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Yeah, but I don't know if that affects Antonio Gibson.
You're going from Dwayne Haskins and the corpse of Alex Smith's leg.
Yeah, but Alex Smith historically peppers running backs. I don't think Ryan Fitzpatrick does that. He throws YOLO balls.
Yeah, but Gibson wasn't getting the receptions. It was McKissick.
Yeah, he's going to get even less now.
Yeah, but look, if Fitzpatrick can move the offense, if he can matriculate the ball down the field, get them to the end zone more often. Guess who the goal line back is?
I don't see much. I really don't see much of an upgrade.
That's fine. I'm not going to argue with it. It's just
less catches for the running backs. Period. Anyways.
Oh, I'm just gonna relax here while we finish this. Go ahead. Keep shredding my team a new one.
Dallas Goedert.
Well, if Zach
Ertz gets traded, wheels up there.
Okay.
Jalen Reagor, no. Dude's a bum.
Yep.
Mecole Hardman, dude's a bum. Yeah, it's hard to be a bum when you're in Kansas City.
Yeah, he found a way.
But he did find a way. Keyshawn Vaughn, I didn't know he was on your team. Rashad Penny stonks down now that Carson resigned.
I had such high hopes for Penny.
Yeah, well, me too. I took him in round 8 of our first draft.
You sure did.
And ended up cutting him a few weeks later. So Cam Akers, Malcolm Brown signed somewhere else, didn't he?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I mean, Malcolm Brown's not a threat.
So
that's it?
No, 2 more.
Okay.
Saving the best for last. This is the team I thought had the best free agency period.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So I'll go over it here.
Is
Mike Taylor.
Team?
No, Mike Taylor.
Oh, Mike Taylor, okay.
No, Mike Taylor. Angels with filthy souls. Let's talk about it here. Terry McLaurin.
Yes.
Big upgrade.
Yes. Fitzpatrick.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Bringing in Curtis Samuel. I'm a believer that's good for McLaurin.
Right?
Yeah.
McLaurin stonks up, okay?
Yeah, McLaurin, if he doesn't finish in the top 10 this year, I'll be shocked.
Aaron Jones.
Yep.
I mean, he re-signed at in the best possible situation, Green Bay, right?
Yeah.
Short of maybe Atlanta, where
you have a chance.
They can make him an every down back.
You have a chance of 18 touchdowns with being in that Green Bay offense. So
I guess this is a loss here. Kenyon Drake. I forgot about Kenyon Drake.
Yes. So Kenyon Drake, it's gonna be tough. Actually, probably almost impossible to hold him. He does have Chase Edmonds though, so it could work out for him.
That's right. And Chase Edmonds is down here too. So another huge lottery ticket right now with big upside. Chase Edmonds, Chris Godwin. He did sign his tender, so it's kind of a neutral move, his franchise tag. Mm-hmm. But you get to play with Tom Brady, and he throws 40 touchdowns a year every year.
Yeah, I like that.
So I guess that was decent news for Godwin. And so that's it as far as the free agency movers for him. But I thought good stuff. And there's other than Kenyon Drake, there's no loss here. And like you said, you've got Chase Edmonds. So
yeah, he might make up for it.
It's a wash possibly.
Yeah, it was a savvy move to acquire Edmonds with Drake's free agency coming up. So
finally is Uardi Schneeman. Straight cash homies.
Uardi Schneeman. Straight cash homies.
Russell Wilson still sticking around. Keenan Allen still doing his thing with Herbie. Michael Thomas
Stonks up, baby.
Way up.
Jameis Winston.
Way up with Jameis Winston.
Well, even if it's not Winston, even if it's Taysom Hill, you still stonks up.
Stonks up.
Because you know why? Taysom Hill locked on to Michael Thomas when he was playing. All right. We're talking like a huge target share if you extrapolate it. But I actually do think it's going to be Winston.
So even though Taysom Hill only threw 12 passes, the fact that 8 of them went to Michael
exactly.
Thomas. I'm kidding.
But I really think Winston's just going to be throwing YOLO balls up to Thomas.
Damian Harris, are we thinking any better of him now with James White a free agent? Or
no.
It's just another muddled backfield with New England?
Yeah, I got nothing there.
Devin Singletary, they haven't added anyone yet to that backfield for what it's worth. Have they? No.
Nope.
TJ Hawkinson now gets Jared Goff instead of Matt Stafford. Is that lateral? Not much movement there.
Well, so
I mean, everyone agrees Stafford's better than Goff, but
to me, it's not about that. It's about they lost Galladay. There's one guy. There's one guy that's going to be getting targets in Detroit.
Yeah,
and that is TJ Hawkinson. That's how I'm looking at it right now.
That's fair. Yeah, he could be the red zone guy.
You don't need a good quarterback to be a good tight end. So I think Stonks up for Hawk.
Yeah, we saw that last year with Logan Thomas, right? For the Washington football team.
Yeah, good point.
There's a couple of young wiles, Chenault and Debo. Not really anything there. I know the Jags did add Marvin Jones.
Yeah. So if anything, that's going to be a knock on Chark, I think.
Yeah.
And you got like you said earlier, Trevor Lawrence coming in. Chenault Stonks, baby. He's the dreaded wonder.
Yeah.
I'm a true believer in LaVisca.
Christian McCaffrey, of course, taking the steroids and getting hurt, but that's just what it is. Marquise Brown, I guess you could look at it in a good light. They haven't signed any wideouts in Baltimore yet. Although, as Paul mentioned, they were bringing Sammy Watkins. Antonio Brown. I guess he's still a free agent,
still
isn't he?
Unsigned, yeah.
Wow. Maybe we'll sign with the Bills, right? Run it back. Speaking of signing with the Bills, Emmanuel Sanders on this team.
Yeah, that's
What? Emmanuel Sanders is good.
Yeah, no, you're probably talking about a wide receiver 3 with possible wide receiver 2 weeks.
I'm not saying you keep the guy, but
you
draft him, and you might have some really good weeks there with Emmanuel Sanders. So that is it for everything.
That's it.
All the teams, yeah. So
apologize for how long we went. A lot of stuff to cover, a lot of players.
You dialogue for a minute.
Yeah, so just to give you guys a bit of an update on the league, I have reached out to Andrew Schneeman for his draft. Geez, man, I'm so tired. It's such a crazy day. Anyways, me and Yardi Schneeman are going to get together. We're going to bring you a really, really great segment on the draft, the 2021 NFL draft. We're going to be talking about all the different players, real life and fantasy kind of thing. Going to have a nice list of questions for him. He's like super knowledgeable about all that stuff. And we'll talk a little Bills about like who maybe they're targeting. And, maybe even do like a quick mock or something for the league. See who could end up where. I think that'd be kind of fun. I think most people are going to be, targeting rookies with, at least their first pick. So, I mean, that's primarily how it went last year. So we'll see what happens. But so I got Schneeman. We're trying to work out an exact date, but it should be late April, right before the draft. We're going to do that. Then the other announcement that we kind of have is been talking to league members about adding a Superflex spot. And so if you haven't been contacted yet, you should be soon. We're kind of just going one at a time to members just to gauge interest. We have kind of a plan in place. on how we would present it to the league, and what would be necessary to approve it. Obviously, it'd be a major change, so it would need, either like the vast majority of the league to approve it, or straight up everyone, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But right now we're just gauging interest on if it's something we even want to like pursue, because we wouldn't just add the super flex spot. There were some other ways that we would do it to try to keep things as fair as possible. But the idea is to improve the redraft, because if you had a super flex spot, now you have, now you're making 10 to 15 quarterbacks now all of a sudden viable fantasy players, whereas before you're only drafting, maybe 12, 13 really that even matter.
Yeah, quarterbacks like Tom Brady and Ryan Tannehill sat on the waiver wire all year, and they were actually very good in fantasy last year.
Yeah, and so like the league has more quarterback skill than it ever has. You have guys like Joe Burrow, Herbert, Tua coming in last year. Now you got Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, like just loading up the league with quarterback talent. And here we are in a 10-team league, all starting one quarterback. And the redraft last year was so uninspiring that to me, it just, to us, we kind of talked about it as commissioners. It made sense to at least explore, like, hey, we can make the league, maybe just better, more fun, have more depth, but we want to do it in a fair way that doesn't screw the people without good quarterbacks, or and just overpower the teams with good quarterbacks. So we need to talk about it, and nothing's going to happen unless everyone agrees. So yeah, that's about it. So. I told them about the draft consortium with Andrew Schneeman coming up, Yardy Schneeman, and about the possible Superflex discussions. That's it. I mean, that's all I got. What do you got?
Wrap it up, man.
You got anything?
No, that's it for now, man.
Good. All right. Well, we're at 47 minutes. Incredible. Didn't even think I could talk for that long, but.
I think you're exhausted.
I'm really tired, man.
You need to go to bed.
I had a crazy day.
You want to tell the league about your crazy day?
Yeah, I took my daughter to the doctor this morning, and
you're getting loopy.
Took my car to the shop.
You're getting loopy.
Went to an eye doctor's appointment, and then my wife went to an eye doctor's appointment, and then we went to my sister's house, and I had to come home and give the kids baths. What are you doing? No.
You're done.
No.
Seriously.